beautiful selection of every range of color that you could need, especially with her hair. Today we're going to be doing a lived-in beach blonde, and we're going to be doing K-tips. When I am looking at the colors, I am not going to take the color and take the swatch and just place it right here. That is not how I'm going to color swatch her. What I want to do is I'm going to take the swatch, and first let's go to one that I think would be really pretty. It's always the last one I want. Dolce Latte. So Marilyn, this is our blondest swatch. This will definitely be one of the colors that I'm going to use because she has these bright, bright tips right here that you can see, and I'm going to blend it in with these tips and make sure that it's a match. So this is going to be definitely one of the colors that I'm going to use. I never use just one color. I usually like to use a minimum of 2 colors, up to 3, to really give that natural blend. The next one that I'm going to use is Brighter is Better. So you can see this one has a little bit more of that warm tone, and it has that root. I am not worried about her root up here because the K-tips are going to create brightness underneath, and she has that rooted look. She has more of an ombre that's going on. The next color that I would say I really love, here, let's show one that we wouldn't do. So this guy right here, see how dark that root is against her root? Even when we open her up and we place it here, that's going to be too dark of a comparison. I never want that because you're going to see that dark really pop out. I'd rather have a lighter root. So finding a swatch that is going to match her root, if I want that rooted, and that's what we want today, I'm going to find one that has some rootage on it. Brighter is Better has a slight root on it. Then we're going to flip over to, she said Summer, there she is. This is probably one of my favorite colors, and so is the next one. So She Said Summer. Looking at that root, it is not a perfect match, but it is a match where it's within the same level of her natural hair. So we're going to use this one. Then the next one we're going to use is Toasted Coconut. Hands down, probably my favorite color. Look at how beautiful that is. And when we place it right here at her roots, it's really going to give that brightness that we want, and it's going to blend with her already blonde. And what we're going to do is it's extending out her blonde color. So make sure you always have your swatches, bring them over, and don't just like take the swatch and lay it on their head. Really open up the hair, see what their root situation is. Do you want to be more rooted? Do you want to have one like Marilyn that isn't rooted? And I know with the Marilyn, we're going to be using this one, but I'm going to sandwich it with the others that have the root, and it's going to create that balayage color that I love. So that is the best way to root match, color match, when you are trying to find the perfect colors for your install. Now for the amount of K-tips that I'm going to use, she's got a lot of hair on here. So I am going to get probably 3 or 4 bundles. We're going to start there. And I always have backup in my studio. So if I do run out, I do have backup. The other thing I have is I have wefts. Worst case scenario is I can cut off the top of the weft, and I can actually fuse on the keratin onto those wefts and create custom K-tips. All right, you can play on your phone. Swag. Of course, every inch of my body started itching.